Former friends Jacques Legris and Jean de Carouge are all set for a fight, after the latter's wife Marguerite summons the former of rape. What led to this state of affairs where the two men have to battle it out in a harmful duel? In this woke world, where advertency is the buzzword and consent is stressed on always, comes this tale portrayed by Ridley Scott, known for his effectiveness in the factual genre. This film deals with a world where women were asked to keep quiet and seen as the possession of the men in their household. It is hallmarked that they would speak up in case of sexual violence. The story, replete with violence especially in the climax, shows a tale of a woman's voice against rape much ahead of the world. The film begins dramatically with the pinnacle, where we see Legris and transportation all set for a duel in front of the French aristocracy to figure out if the latter's wife Marguerite is right in her asseveration. The bizarre way in which who is fighting to prove his innocence, and the husband, who is fighting for his wife's distinction, with little space for the woman's voice to be heard is rather unbearable for us living today's world, albeit it is equally hard now as well. The film is told in the Rashomon style, where we have three dissimilar perspectives to what led to the actual incident involving the duel. After all, history is not based on one viewpoint alone, and this adaptation of the true incident tries to give the female perspective to film, and full props to writers Matt Damon, Ben Affleck and Nicole Holofcener for trying to give it a well-balanced view. Does this work to a large extent, as it brings forth the important question of consent? There are instances that this is shown, where Legris does state that Marguerite did have customary protests, but she is only women. He is then advised to just deny it happened, as people will not understand the gray area. Similarly, Marguerite's friend thinks she could be wrong as she once thought Legris is handsome. The most unfortunate, yet impactful scene is the trial, in front of the king, ahead of the duel. Marguerite is bombarded by a series of uncomfortable questions, by a group of only men, where they did not leave the question of whether she enjoyed sex with her husband or if that satisfied her. The stoic sadness with which she answers this leaves you hurt. Albeit, trials by the media are the same today too, which is another debate altogether. When Marguerite's mother-in-law confesses that she was raped too, and women should be quiet, it leaves one astonished about the world that the women lived in. The Last Duel might have its jagged ends and might not be as grand or bombastic as Scott's earlier films, but it certainly puts forth relevant questions that need to be discussed today. This historical drama has excessive violence and some gore too, but in the heart is about a woman unknowingly becoming the flag bearer for a new movement for people speaking against sexual assault. The cast delivers on demand and Jodie Comer steals the show with a measured performance that is applause-worthy. But in the heart is about a woman unknowingly becoming the flag bearer for a new movement for people speaking against sexual assault. The cast delivers on demand and Jodie Comer steals the show with a measured performance that is applause-worthy.
I am telling the truth.
The truth does not matter. There is only the power of men.
This should be settled quietly.
I'm innocent!
I request a duel to the death.
If you lose, your wife will suffer dire consequences.
One of us has lied. Let us let God decide.
You do not believe me.
I am risking my life for you.
You are risking my life so you can save your pride.
The penalty for bearing false witness is that you are to be burned alive.
I will not be silent.
You have the vocation to become a true warrior, but to fulfill it, you and your sword must become one. Marguerite!
They brought something here to help you remember what happened.
What do you want? The sword. Tell me about it.
It's very ancient. People are gonna pay a lot of money for this blade. I'm pretty sure they're connected to the Yakuza.
The katana has found you. You and it are one now. Go. Your life depends on it.
I need your help.
Your whole family was killed.
No one is capable of bearing their past.
I won't be trapped by a past that isn't my own.
狐の持ってるあの刀は魔物が潜んでおる次なる獲物の
Let's give them more.
The past will come knocking. It's your fate.
Ah!